Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel for today's video. I want to talk to you today about all of what the narcissist did to you. It doesn't go unpunished. It comes back. It's negative reaping, karma, whatever you want to call it. But there is a reckoning. So let's jump in. Now, you can't take from a chosen one and expect not to have to pay for it. Come on now. There's different things that separate what I call humanity and what the narcissist is, which is, in my opinion, outside of humanity. And that is intuition. But to get to intuition, you first have to have trust. And the narcissist doesn't trust anybody or anything. They always are looking for a backup plan instead of focusing on plan A, the best plan, and following through with it. But when it comes to aligning yourself with your true authenticity and aligning yourself with the Lord, when you break it down, you'll find that trust is the number one factor that leads to everything else in these situations. Because you have to have trust to have faith. And you have to have faith to believe in your intuition and that your intuition will see you through. And a lot of times we rely on our intuition as our number one guide. After you wake up, intuition becomes your number one guide. It makes you a superhero because you'll be able to read things differently on a whole nother level. And when you hone that and you let it lead you through faith, you can't go wrong. That's something that humanity has where the narcissist just doesn't have it. And when it comes to the narcissist, they have rolling around in their head that they owe you an apology. And you know they do. You don't need for them to come try to give you some fake apology. But what I found truly apologize is to confess the things you did. Confession is the true act of humbling yourself, showing the activity or action of repentance. And the narcissist can't do that. That is a true apology. A narcissist can't do that. And you want that confession to be as loud as they defamed, they smeared, and assassinated your character. You can't do that. Because that would have to be somebody who actually cared. And somebody who actually cared or made a change, shifted from one reality to a higher plane reality of thinking, they would be that way. Because they would find that you were special. And they wouldn't care what anybody thought. They would just know it's the truth. And they would be passionate about it. The narcissist is only passionate about taking your money. And to get true prosperity, you have to close all toxic doorways. I was thinking about this last night. Now, it's not to say that everything that you do is going to be always the best way. But when it comes to toxicity and toxic individuals, you can't continue to ruminate on the fact of, maybe they're going to get better, because they're not. That's what they want you to do. And that's part of the reason why they don't give you closure. They don't give you closure because it leaves that door open. And when you leave that door open, just cracked, God won't allow anything prosperous to come through to you. Or he will, as you act, he acts. A lot of times he wants you to make moves because that shows your passion. It shows your faith. It shows your direction and your belief that he's got your back. So you can't always wait for the Lord to move for you. That would be too easy. And he ain't easy. He ain't easy, man. By the way, this shirt I had for a long time and I'm wearing it. It is kind of ugly, right? But I was thinking, I'm going to wear this shirt today because this reminds me of the narcissist. This is the narcissist going through an episode, y'all. This is the narcissist This is narc injury. This is narc collapse, y'all. This is what they looking like right now. And they're thinking about money, your money, because they ain't got none. Or if they do, it's gonna be cursed and coming back to you anyway. But that's a narcissist, y'all. I was thinking about that too. I was like, sometimes I get on these. I don't know if you ever watched a roast, somebody be roasted on TV. You know, they have these things they call them the roast, and they'll have a famous person come sit on stage, man, and they'll take all the dirt and grime. And these people, generally speaking, these movie stars and stuff, or these athletes, man, they've been in the news for everything. They'll pick some real good ones that have some real crap, real dirt on them, and they'll have to sit there and have their their colleagues, so to speak, people that they work with in the business, sit up there in front of a live audience and roast the crap out of them, just make fun of them and mock them, and they have to just accept it. And that's kind of how I feel like I am with a narcissist on this channel sometimes. But it's like it's deserving. These guys are so crappy, man. I mean, it's like they are so bad. The narcissist is so shitty. It's like, you know how people go to school to learn manners and how to perform manners correctly. It's almost like the narcissist is so shitty that they had to have gone to a school that taught them to be so shitty. That's how bad they are. It's almost as if they had to be, you had to go to school to learn this crap. Like, it's not, because it's not just like they do it once in a while, or they do it to the grimiest of the grime of the element, to which how low it is, to how low it is. But they do it all the time. And if you really were walking in their shoes to see everything that they did, like when you ain't around and all that, and what you haven't heard or what you don't know is true, or I mean, these guys are pitiful, man. It's almost like they went to the school of learning how to be shitty, the shittiest. But anyway, to get true prosperity, you have to close the toxic doorways. You may not be operating perfectly on everything, but if you don't close those doorways, it's hard for you to expect that God's going to open new ones of prosperity in your life, especially when it comes to cutting cords with the narcissist, getting off the rumination, and shutting those doors for good. Meaning there is no option anymore for us. It's over. And that could take a long time. And for some of us, it could take a long, long time. Some of us can accept it and move on much faster. For me, it took a little while. It took a while. And it was very hard. It was very difficult to do. But I got there, you know? And I got there, and you'll see a different level to your life after you close those doors, cut those cords, and you just focus on the future and don't look around in the background. People will sit there and decide while they're living around them for a long time. And you probably should have left a long time ago, because you come home and you see their stuff, and then it gets you thinking, and all that stuff brings up these memories and things, and they're not good for you. You can't heal like that. They're abusers. They're on abusive vibration. They're always going to be that way. They're not going to change. They're fixed. And what's horrible about them is they will spell you. You know, witchcraft and spelling is really just the manipulation of words and manipulation of your environment to say things are true and they're not true, to make you think they did something and they didn't do it, or they did do it and try to make you think they didn't do it. Confusion. And that's what the narcissist does all day long. They wear a fake mask, all fake personality. They're cheating and lying on you all the time. They're smearing you up in the background. They're assassinating your character. They're unrepentant for anything that they do. And if they do apologize, it's the shittiest apology that you'll ever receive. I mean, it's so bad, but you're so ready to hear anything from them apologetic that you just accept it with open arms. That's how much indifference they give you. It's ridiculous. It's pitiful. They don't care. They're not repentant for anything they do. And they try to keep those doors open by giving you no closure. It's just confusion and then ghost you or leave you or cheat on you or give you silent treatment. And then they come back like everything's okay. Like we never broke up. No, we broke up and I formed my own closure. Because this is the deal. Once you shut that toxic doorway and you nail boards and everything on there so that they can't get through anymore, then God will open up a new pathway for you of abundance. He'll bless you out of it. And it's going to come in a way that looks like a doorway. And when you leave a heavy duty a narcissist, abusive, whether it be verbally and sometimes physically, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, abusive relationship with a narcissist, God will bless you like tenfold or something, man. It's going to be a heavy blessing. Because, like I said, when you leave a narcissist, you have to choose to leave and you don't want to. Part of it is because you're addicted to them and you're dealing with a two-faced individual, one that makes you think they love you or care for you, one that needs you and needs your help and can't live without you. And then there's the other one, the devil. And that one is the true one of them. The other one's the fake one, but it plays on your heartstrings. Close those doors. Then when God opens what looks like a doorway, it'll be an elevator, y'all. Because you're going up not just one floor, you're going up 10 floors. Your your vibration's going to heavily increase. Your energy's going to come back. You're going to be enthusiastic again. You're going to start thinking in terms that might profound some people. You're clear, especially after you cut cords to get off that rumination and you move on. You focus on you and it'll come to you in a lot of ways. Now, in the case of a man pursuing a woman, I'm traditional. I think you need to go pursue that. But a lot of times when it comes to things, you will attract, you won't chase anything. You will attract what is needed to come to you. And the help that you need, it'll come. As much as you may get distraught, like I said, I'm always preaching to myself, but as much as you may get distraught over things, or you may feel like, man, I needed help like a long time ago, and it still ain't here, it's going to come. But like I said, man, the Lord, man, he's working for you, but he's on his own thing. And you don't like it most of the time because it's like, it ain't fast enough. But then he'll bless you with abundance and things when you least expect it as well. So he's, the Lord is quick and slow. He's slow when you need him, but then he shows up with these big gifts. So it is what it is. Always to teach us a lesson. But the narcissist doesn't give you closure. They know, or the dark energy knows, that you'll never reach and you'll never enter into prosperity because you haven't closed that door. And they know if they can keep that door pried open, keep that, for instance, a marriage, if you're going through a marriage and you're like, oh, any narcissistic relationship that you're married to the individual, you need to leave. That's not whatever God's authority is about marriage. When it comes to the narcissist, he does not want you with the narcissist. Period. It talks about having nothing to do with them. When it talks about the narcissist in the Bible, it says have nothing to do with them. So if you're married to one, don't feel some sort of condemnation for leaving them. You should have never got with them. And that's how that goes. They don't change. They are on an abusive vibration that does not change. They're reprobate. Read Romans 1 or 2 Timothy 3, I think. There is nothing that you can do to change them. But they know that they can play on your heartstrings and they'll be wearing on your faith. and your hope and get you to give up. And for any good change of prosperity or any change of goodness to come and be set down in your life. They want you to accept being a failure while they work their witchery, their slander in the background to keep you ruminating, constantly thinking on them while they're pointing in to destroy you. The plot and the plan they have, they always have, every time you take a narcissist back, they have a new plot and a plan to take you down again. It changes, but it's there and it's being implemented. And you know what they're thinking? This dummy. They took me back again. And now I have one more chance to take him down and destroy him, like utterly, man. They hate you. They come to you because they hate you. It starts out as if they envy you and you're going to solve all their problems and they're going to learn how to be like you. And they're going to study you so that they can emulate or operate the same as you do. That's, I think, what their mind tells them. But shortly thereafter, they come in, and after the infatuation, they realize that they cannot become like you. So then they want to steal it and be you. And they are envious and jealous of you and of your passions and desires and the way that you move and that you operate and you work and how easy it is for you to do it. So they're out to destroy. And that's how it works. That's how they think. You can look at it from a psychological standpoint, and that's what they will tell you. And the narcissist doesn't learn anything. When it comes to stuff metaphysical and spiritual, they do not learn anything unless it's dark arts, ways to destroy. They are on a lower plane to learn, but not on a higher one. And they can learn academically. Like I said, they can get a new career and put new clothes on, get a new car, and start working out. But we're talking things on a level of an emotional field, can't do it. Metaphysical and spiritual field can't do it. And that's where life truly is. It really is. They want you to accept being a failure while they do all these things to sabotage you, destroy you, spiritually spit on you, mock you, humiliate you, all along while you're there. While you're there as their divine protection. And you're the one getting hammered with all of their negative reaping, their negative karma, whatever you want to call it. And they're out walking with your blessed energy and they still wreck you. They don't appreciate you. They treat you like garbage. They don't value you. They start to value you at some point when you don't come back anymore. That's when you gain substance in their life again. But that's how it works. When you're with them, they hate you. When you leave them, they love you. They're the opposite of humanity, and they'll always be that way because they are always going to be unequally yoked with you. Yeah, they call you the dummy. They're telling themselves, this idiot thinks I love them. Wait till I'm done with them this time. They'll have a needle hanging out of their arm. They'll be addicted to some illicit substance. They'll have no job, no energy, no hope, no faith, no goodness, no good self-control. And they'll be having all these diseases that I'm going to give them or that they're going to catch because they're out there running the streets and cheating on you with everything that moves, anything that gives them validation. You can't be with something like that. They'll give you diseases. You'll start looking as ugly as they do, and you'll be a hollow hellhole when they get done with you. You'll be just as crusty as they are. And it's a disastrous mess. That's what you'll turn into. Nobody will want to be around you. And that's what they're out to do. And that's how they work with anything living. It doesn't matter. They're going to wreck it. They'll wreck anything living that is around them. Divorce doesn't just happen. There are things that lead up to a divorce. You can't live with the enemy. No kidding, right? Close the door and a brand new door will appear to show you your true purpose. To have your dreams fulfilled, truly. Your heart's desires. To have true love, true joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, good self-control. You won't have any of that. Make it to where when you speak, God speaks through you. Be one with your divine purpose, with Him and from within. That's where it all comes, from within. So just, you need to realize, this is the deal. You need to realize who you are. Who you are, because they already know who you are. That's why they came to you. Not only to put you out and put your light out and to put you down and to dim you, but you're the best food. You're the best energy. You're the best at manifesting for them. And you're loyal. And they know they can keep you. If they keep telling you they changed. But you ain't going to do that. When you close that door, it's an unexpected cold plate, y'all. And they'll get back the garbage, the lies, the cheating, the thievery they thought they got away with. That stuff come back, y'all. All that spelling and witchcraft is going to backfire. It's going to get saved up, and it's going to hit them when they least expect it. It's going to be one right after another. All those humiliating spells, they're going to come back and humiliate them. The theft of your energy, your life force energy, the pain that you had to endure, the lack of comfort, stability, job loss in some cases, the sarcasm that you had to receive and take through being in a relationship with them. This is the season. This is the season for the tables to turn, y'all, for that righteous judgment to come into play in your life and in mine. A lot of times when you're dealing with them, you're dealing with these corrupt judges and lawyers spiritually in your life. But today, the tables are changing, y'all. This is the season for change, where you're going to have righteous judge. You're going to show these Carls and Carmishas the karma. The karma's going to hit them so bad, it's going to balance out and bring order to the whole situation in your life. They had their time. And a lot of times the Almighty gets fed up and He wants to act on your behalf. But like I said earlier, a lot of times He wants you to make the first moves out of faith. And that's hard to do. But that's why He has it set up that way, because it takes you acting out of faith and out of your passion, out of your trust in your intuition and alignment with Him, that He's going to finish out the job when you put your work in. And your work doesn't end until you step out in that faith of. And that's what can be scary in the very beginning. But once you start to operate in that, you'll get comfortable with it. You'll start moving like fluid, y'all. Be unstoppable. So that's kind of how it works. And then He'll be like, it's about time. I've been waiting for you to get here. Shut those karmic doors, those toxic karmic doors, and just end it, cut cords for good. Because what He's saying is, I'm about to hit them with all of this karma. And if you're connected to them, or if you go back to them, you're going to get it too. Make sure you're done with them, because I am about to rain fire and brimstone on these fools. And He wants to cover you and protect you, so you got to slam that door shut so that it doesn't affect you. And you don't go back running to try to save them, because it's going to be that bad, y'all. It's going to be horrendous. Because what's going to happen, a lot of times the narcissist goes so far that not only God gets fed up with them, but the devil does too. And they'll get rained upon not only from God Almighty, but the abyss is going to come up from the ground and flank them. They're going to have nowhere to go. And they're going to get hit from both the spiritually demonic and the spiritually holy warlord angelic host from God. I mean, how do you defend yourself against that? They'll have nowhere to hide. And when they put on that pretty little face of, I'm the vulnerable narcissist, I'm the victim, nobody's going to give a damn, because we're done. The plate's got to be cold, y'all. That's how it should be served up, just nice and cold, especially for these people. So that's the deal. It's going to get ugly. and he don't want you to get hit too. And you got to cut ties with them so that you're not connected to them to where you feel like you need to go save them from their karma, their negative reaping. Let it be. God's like, let it be. Let me do my thing. And then you want to go in there and save them. Do what you do. But when God's almighty wrath is starting to hit them, I ain't trying to go up in there and save them. No way. Especially when they've been trying to take you out, poison you, steal, thieve, cheat, lie, slander, manipulate, steal all your money, leave you out in the cold, y'all. No way. There'll be nowhere to hide. There'll be no mercy, y'all. They don't even deserve it. Nobody's going to care. And he's going to restore everything to you. By you leaping out in faith, he's going to restore everything. Like tenfold, I swear. Your time is now. Your reward is going to be great. Don't worry about tomorrow. He will send somebody to rescue you if you need rescuing. He will supply your needs, and he will bless you with abundance like you have never seen. You have been chosen. You have been chosen out of your bloodline to carry all the weight. You were tested, and they were tested, and they failed. They failed, and you wouldn't quit. They knew you wouldn't quit. That's why you were chosen. And he has given you a mantle of fire, y'all. He wants you to know that he will use you to move mountains, to clear a pathway where there is no pathway. You will. He's going to use you to do that, to help others, to set captives free, and to help others to shed their burdens that they're carrying that they shouldn't be carrying. It's a domino effect of justice, divine justice, righteous justice. When you operate, you send a ripple out, and that ripple affects a lot. That's why they don't want you to wake up. They don't want you to clear pathways for good individuals. A lot of times the narcissists, they need to understand before they act. When you align, you act from understanding that predates the thought. They process in a linear form, and you operate from a parallel universe. They process in linear time, and you operate from a parallel universe, y'all. They can't keep up with you. Your knowing isn't learned, it's accessed. You see? Your wisdom isn't just acquired, it's remembered. Your mastery isn't developed, it's unveiled. Because the truth of the matter is that you couldn't downgrade your frequency to be on their level anymore if you wanted to. You can't unsee what you see. You can't unknow what you know. You can't go back to sleep when you woke. They're on such a low plane of living. Their vibration is so low that you can't give them any wisdom. You can't instruct them. They're forced to look at you like you're arrogant. They can't see it. They can't see the good. They don't know what they got until it's gone, y'all. It's true. You can't give a fool wisdom. You can't instruct a fool in wisdom. Now, if they could find a way to steal it, just the wrong frequency, y'all. It's like trying to teach music to somebody who can't hear. Just can't do it. What they call experience is your baseline of operation, y'all. It's where you come at them every day looking like that. I mean, what they call impossible is your warm-up. So live life and have trust. Live by faith and follow your intuition, and it will lead the way. Close all toxic doorways, and a new doorway will open. And when you go through that doorway, it will elevate you 10 floors. Thank you for watching. Until next time, soldier. Peace be out.